Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, let's go to Minnesota, and from pillows to meetings,
politics.
Well, to politics, to meetings with the president last Saturday night, and in the lead in the polls for governor in the state of Minnesota, we have Mike Lindell, and you vote for him once, you get one pillow. You vote for him twice, you get two pillows.
Don't get me in trouble now, John.
Mike, but you're doing great.
Congratulations. Tell us about your meeting with the president on Saturday night.
Well, we actually had this event scheduled, not expecting him to come in. We had it scheduled about 4 months ago as a fundraiser, and we were just ready to start. We had the pre-party kind of everybody getting in the couple of the rooms. We had just got in where we were going to go sit down, and the doors opened. It was a big surprise. He came in and he gave about 5-10 minutes. It was very epic. The kindest words and believe it in me. He goes, I'm endorsing Mike. He doesn't give up because he campaigned harder for me than anyone, and it's just a lot of great words and a lot of encouraging words, and encourage the donors that there's hope in Minnesota. And Minnesota, the tip of the spear on many things with the fraud and everything else going on, and our politicians here that we've got to get rid of. And so I think it was just a great night. We had Joe Piscopo played, my good friend Joe, and speaking. It went about. I think we were in there 6 hours. I mean, it was a long event and just amazing.
Well, you have a great name recognition in Minnesota, and people know you, so that puts you way ahead at that point. And what is the biggest point? I mean, all this fraud going on in Minnesota, can it be stopped?
Yeah, the fraud can be stopped. Here, what's happened in Minnesota, I was born and raised here, and it's become one of the most unaffordable states there is. I think it started with Minnesota Nice. Okay, we're gonna do this with this welfare program, we're gonna do this with this, and we have over 400 NGOs, and then to have the fraud come in and they're stealing from it, and shipping it out of the country and all these things, it's horrible. But in the meantime, people that live here, we have one of the highest property tax in the country, the highest income tax, or one of the highest corporate taxes, highest sales tax. It's just unaffordable. And then these programs that we're paying for, and it's astronomical. We have stuff, just for illegal aliens that we have in our prisons here in Minnesota. We have a 1,400 that we're housing, and $85,000 a year we pay, which is $110 million. And all we have to do is go with what the president does, go with ICE, say, hey, could you come and pick these guys up and get them out of here? And there's so many nonsensical things going on in Minnesota that I'm just watching. I'm going, you know what? I got to run for governor because we never seem to win. It's the same old input, same output. And yeah, the polls are looking great in every demographic and every age category. So, and people say, well, Mike Lindell doesn't have, he comes with baggage. He's praying for the president. He was all about the election fraud and stuff and disproven, all this stuff disproven. I'm going, well, you know what? The president just declassified a lot last week, right after the endorsement comes on perfect timing. All my lawsuits getting dropped out there. And so, they can say it comes with baggage, but we have an opportunity here because of the fraud in Minnesota that a door opened up where now we can say, hey, point to these programs and look at them and say, number one, let's just take the fraud out for a minute, which could be upwards of $20 billion. You look at it and say, are these programs working? Can you make them better? I'm a businessman. I'm going to look at every single aspect, every single thing we have in Minnesota, from the teachers to the farmers to the inner city, which is my wheelhouse, being a former addict. And I'm going to put out my budget. I'm hoping to have my budget out in the next couple of weeks, because I'm not going to be one of these politicians that goes, we have one of them in our state running this Kendall Qualls. He goes, I'm going to give a $9 billion rebate if I win. Well, where are you going to get the money from? That's a big statement. You get all these phony statements in politics, and I'm going, you know what? You see my budget, and here's what I'm going to do, and this, and they're instead of saying how are you going to do it, Mike, they're going to go, oh, this makes sense.
Bravo, bravo, Mike. Everybody, we're talking to Mike Lindell. We have Ed Cox here.
So, Mike, the last time a Republican won a statewide race was 2006. So it's an uphill climb. But with Trump's endorsement, there are a lot of Democrats, I'm sure, will come over to support you. But you got to get them out. How are you going to do that?
To get what out? To get what out?
To get the vote out. To get Democrats, everybody out.
To get the Democrats who support Trump.
I have the biggest voice. You know that. I got a big mouth. Okay,
that's a plus in politics.
You're bad.
I mean, since I got the president's endorsement, I've been attacked now for 5 days. Mike wants amnesty.
Yeah, that's a badge of courage.
Yeah. Mike wants amnesty to all the illegals, and then Mike isn't even registered to vote. Mike doesn't live in Minnesota. He lives in Texas. Mike doesn't have a driver's license. But everybody now knows I'm running for governor. I'll tell you that. And then here's the other thing we're doing. I can raise the most money nationally because of the name and because Minnesota has the fraud, and everybody knows we got these problems nationwide too. And so we're going around. I've already raised, I don't know, upwards of $3-4 million, and that was, and we're doing. We have yard signs. We're going to get up to 20,000 yard signs, billboards. Remember, I helped the president. I campaigned with him. I went to, over 150 rallies, and the big advantage I have too is I have 9 million people on my social media. I have 12 million emails. I have 2 million phone numbers, and I have teams that I set up in every district in Minnesota. I call them ambassadors. 67 Senate districts. They're working on the ground, engaging the churches, and I'm going around Minnesota. I'm doing town halls. I've already done upwards of 30, 35 of them, going around Minnesota, getting everybody engaged. And then, yes, will the TV and radio come? Absolutely. Right? But what I'm saying is, right now, putting my budget out.
Well, by the way, and Mike, you are always welcome here, and we got to get you on again soon. It's great to have you. You got a lot of numbers there. That's great. That is really great.
And Mike, you know what we all stand for?
Truth, justice, and the American way.
God bless America. And
Levin in progress.